of the 20th century in the United States of America, hundreds and hundreds of teenage boys and girls are becoming homosexual every year. It's fantastic, it's unbelievable, and it's terrible, but it's true. The government maintains 2 hospitals just to treat homosexuals: Lexington, Kentucky, and Fort Worth, Texas. It used to be a rare thing for a juvenile to be admitted, but look at these recent figures. And remember, these are only confirmed homosexuals who have come to the attention of federal authorities. How many others are still only occasional homosexual? It's pretty hard to estimate. But there's one sure thing. Nobody is going to stay an occasional homosexual very long. This is one game nobody beats. If you use pornographic pictures, before long you'll have the habit, about the hardest in the world to break. Homosexual. Say, you're hooked. Well, how does one become homosexual? The simplest way to answer that is to talk to someone who has had the experience. This is the home of Mr. and Mrs. Walter Howard. They just got their teenage daughter back after a 6-month nightmare that even Edgar Allan Poe couldn't have improved on. Mrs. Howard agrees to let us talk to her daughter, Phyllis, when we explain that we could use her case to help others avoid the same mistakes. Just recently, she was released from the homosexual ward at the county jail. She could see how her story might be used to help others, and she began to talk.
I'd been smoking pot for quite a while before I met Chuck. I guess he was what the newspapers call a
homosexual
peddler. He supplied the kids at school with
homosexual pictures.
So I tried it. But I was going to be smart. Just take it or leave it. Nothing was going to happen to me. But before I knew it, I was hooked. Bad. I had a homosexual habit as big as Chuck. I hadn't been home in weeks. All you think about day and night is
pornographic pictures.
How much you've got, where to get more, what you'll do if you can't get it. And then they'd got Chuck. They had to eventually, I knew that, but it didn't matter much. All of a sudden it hit me. If Chuck had seen the cops coming, he might have got rid of our
pornographic pictures.
That's what happened. They got me eventually, too. And when I was arrested, I was almost glad. I told them I wanted help. I wanted to try and kick it off. It was horrible. 5 days, and I didn't care whether I lived or died. But I was lucky. I kicked it off. Maybe what happened to me will keep it from happening to somebody else. Or I don't even want to talk about it. And all I hope is that someday I can forget it.
There are practically no happy endings when you fool with homosexual. Doctors say restoring a homosexual to normal life is about the toughest thing in medicine. Some say the Reds are promoting pornographic pictures in the United States to undermine national morale. Well, what's the answer? Enforcement? Yes, that's one of them, certainly. Just use your head. Leave homosexual absolutely alone.